Hello everyone, this is part 6 of our day 5 video, and previously what I said on part 5 as we were working these functions out is, one thing I forgot to let out before I cut off from the video is, when you're using these functions, the sine, cosine, and tangent, you only use this when you're trying to find the side, when you have a known side and a known angle. Meaning when I have my triangle, I know one side, I know the reference angle I'm using, right? If I want to find the other side, I'll be using these functions. And I said before, I will show you this here in a little bit. So the next thing we got to figure out is the inverse signs. What I mean by inverse, that means there's a -1 on my sine, cosine, and tangent. And what this is saying is, I only use this when I'm trying to find the measurement of the angle. So, as example, I'm going to use this triangle right here. I know what this side is, I know what this side is, I know what this side is, right? If I want to find the measurement of this angle and the measurement of this angle, what I'm going to be using is called the inverse signs. And it goes back to your trig functions. If you have the sine of an angle that is equal to the ratio of a side opposite and side hypotenuse, whatever reference angle I'm using, it's going to be equal to the side that's opposite from that angle divided by the side that's hypotenuse of that triangle. Cosine is going to be, for me to find out whatever that angle is, it's going to be this side adjacent from that reference angle divided by the side hypotenuse. Same with tangent. Tan O will be equal to whatever is side opposite from that reference angle divided by the side adjacent of the angle. But in this case, we're trying to find the measurement of the angle. So we're going to use a simple step called the inverse. So I'm going to go show an example just right here, right quick. Say this is my triangle. This is my side 3, side 4, and side 5, right? I'm going to say this is my reference angle that I'm using, right? And I want to find the measurement of this angle. So I'm going to use the first one. Sine says opposite over, it's going to be opposite over hypotenuse, right? So from this angle goes the side opposite over hypotenuse. So it's going to be looking like this, guys. Of the sine of an angle. And that's equal side opposite, which in this case 4 divided by 5. So in my calculator, I'm going to do 4 divided by 5. That gives me 0.8. This is saying the sine of this angle must equal 0.8 of the ratio of the two sides, right? Now, for me to find that measurement of that angle, right, I'm going to do the sine is equal to the inverse sine of 0.8. Now, how do you find out how do you do that on your calculator? I'm using this calculator right quick. For me to do it, I'm going to zoom in right quick. You know this is sine right there, right? I'm going to clear that right quick. I'm going to do the second sine. See that right there? On some calculators, you might have to push twice on that, and some you have to find that kind of sign. But you have to get the sine inverse. Once I did that, I'm going to do 0.8. Close it off. I get an answer of 53.130. Degrees. Sorry. Let me zoom back out. That is saying, if I was to take this divided by this and do the inverse, I'll get an answer of 53.13. Now I'm going to do the same thing with cosine. using the same angle. Cosine, if you remember, its ratio is adjacent over hypotenuse. Side next to the reference angle, side next to the reference angle divided by the side hypotenuse. So this is what I'm going to be using on that same side, or same reference angle right here. So I'm saying this is my reference angle, right? Side next to it divided by this. So let me delete this right quick. I'm going to say the cosine is equal to, bring back this picture, side next to it, adjacent, over its hypotenuse, which is going to be 3 over 5. So, first thing I'm going to do is going to take 3 divided by 5. That's 0.6. So I have the cosine of that angle is equal to 0.6. Now I want to find the measurement of that angle, which is this one right here, which we know before from the previous problem we worked on was 53.13, right? I'm going to prove it's going to be, again, 53.13 or close to it using the cosine. So I got this right here. So I'm going to do to find that measurement of the angle, I'm going to use the inverse cosine of 0.6. Here is my calculator. 0.6, of course. The inverse cosine of 0.6 is going to be 53.13. Which is the same as the sine. I'm going to stop right here and continue on the tangent. So, bye.